So a second method that we have for solving systems, right, we could probably put systems in right here, is called substitution. And what you do in the substitution method is the title. You substitute. Okay? So, 4 steps. First one is solve. You need to solve one of the equation for one variable. So maybe you're going to solve the second equation for x. You are going to isolate x in that equation. Then the next thing you're going to do, you're going to substitute. So you're going to solve, and then you're going to substitute. And you're going to substitute that solved equation into the second one. So you've solved one and you have 2. You're going to substitute. Now, this sounds funny, but basically those big blue words are the part I want you to focus on. We're going to look at it. Okay? Then, that second equation should only have one variable now. You should have totally wiped out one of the variables with your substitution. So now you're going to solve again. You're going to solve that second equation, equation B, if you will, for the remaining variable. If you did it right, the one variable should be gone, and you can solve for the one that's left. You finish then by substituting. Solve, substitute, solve, substitute. Substitute the value of the solved variable back into the first equation. So now let's look at this. Now let's take a closer look. Here's an example. The first step is to solve. Now, even before we do that, whenever I see a substitution one like this, I immediately want to rewrite my 2 equations so they are side by side. My substitution method, I like my equations side by side. Now, first step, solve. Solve one of the equations to get one variable by itself. My hint to you, it's easy to solve for variables whose coefficients are 1. Okay? If I look right at that first equation, my first thought is, look at this y right here. It's got a coefficient of 1. I'm going to solve for that. So I'm going to subtract 2x. Okay? Y equals 6 minus 2x. So I have solved one equation for one variable. Now this first equation says y equals. Substitute. So now I'm going to take my y right here, and I am going to substitute into the other equation where y was. So step 1 was solve. Step 2 is substitute. Okay? So I am going to replace y with 6 minus 2x. I am substituting. So solve, substitute. Then it's solve again. I'm going to solve this equation. Third step is solve. 6 minus 2x minus 8x. Well, that's 6 minus 10x equals 1. Keep solving. I'm going to subtract 6 from both sides. Negative 10x equals negative 5. You are going to be very careful as you divide. X equals 0.5. Step 3 is solve. Step 4 is substitute. Now that I know what x equals, I'm going to go back up here to my original equation. And my final step is to substitute in and determine what y is. So now I have y equals 6 minus 2. We are now smarter, wiser, better looking, and we know what x is. Okay? So now y equals 6 minus, well, 2 times 0.5 is 1. Y equals 5. Our final answer here, now that we have completed step 4, is the ordered pair 0.5, 5. 0.55. So we're just solving, substituting, solving, substituting. You try it. First thing, when you're writing this one down and try it in your notes, write it so they are side by side. Okay? Because it was easy for us to show our work that way because we just went right down the line. So write it so it's side by side. Okay? Make it happen. Push pause, make it happen. If you get stuck, re-push play, and then let's see if we can get it figured out. Okay, so how'd you do? Did you make it happen? Okay? Were you able to get the right answer? If you think you've got it, great. Just double check your work. If you're not sure right now, then listen, follow along, and make it happen. First step, here we go. Solve. Solve one equation for one variable. We technically have 4 choices. 1, 2, 3, 4. However, that 12x, in order to get x by itself, I'm going to have to divide by 12. That would be awful. That 18x and that minus 3, there's going to be more dividing. Our best choice to solve for is going to be y in the first equation because it has a coefficient of 1. So step 1, solve. Subtract 12x from both sides. Y equals 21 minus 12x. Step 1 is done. Step 2, replace y over here. This is step 2, solve substitute. So we're going to plug in y. 18x minus 3 times y equals negative 36. Not y anymore. It's not y. It is 21 minus 12x. That's what it is. Okay? So, 18x, do the distributive property, because step 3 is a solve, is another solve step. So we're going to solve here for x because now x is the only variable remaining in this equation. Okay? Do the distributive property. 3 times negative 3 times positive 21, negative 3 times negative 12x. Negative 3 times positive 1 is minus 63 plus 36x. Equals negative 36. Collecting our like terms, 18x and 36x. 54x minus 63 plus negative 36. Keep solving. Kind of weird that we got 0.5 again. That shouldn't happen all the time, but apparently it just did. Okay. Step 4. Take this, substitute back in here. So we're doing 2 substitutions. Going one way to get one variable, going the other way to get the other variable. Y equals 21 minus 12 times x. We are smarter, wiser, we know what x is. Now, that last substitute kind of follows up with the solve, because we got to figure out what y is. Y equals 21 minus 6. Y equals 15. Your final answer here is the ordered pair, 0.5, 15. Substitution like this is another method for solving systems of equations.